Yo, it's me, David Werner again, and another last minute live broadcast of me doing or participating in Call Flip. This time it is Jeff Gray with On Your Oath, who was arrested. He was standing outside his school and holding up a protest sign, and this school district has put a sort of no trespass order on Jeff Gray because of his activities for doing public records requests with the school and trying to, well, with the school district and trying to keep them accountable. And so this has sort of been an ongoing feud, I guess you can call it, between the two. And we'll see if people hop in. Oh, what do you know? 3 people already watching. So I'm pretty sure people are already tuning in, or at least hearing about this right now. And as is, it's quite the interesting thing that's been going on. As is. But the basic gist of it is, right now, he is in the process of being booked or something like, well, in booking or whatever. The arrest happened a couple hours ago. It was roughly, I think, let me see here, double check. Right around 3 hours ago. So I was one of the first people to know, thanks to Jeff's brilliantness, to broadcast his encounter with the police, well, in this case, the sheriff's department, on Bamboozer. I ended up getting a notification on my email. I took a look and I was like, huh, what's going on here? Watched it, and sure enough, something happened to Honor Your Oath, so I sent the message out to certain people at Pinax, like, hey, yo, Jeff just got arrested. What's gonna happen? And so there was some discussion and all that stuff, and then it came down to time to call flood. And that's what's going on right now. And I haven't really heard too much yet, as of yet. But we'll just go ahead and get ready to... I'm going to play the Bamboozer footage for you here in a sec. Whoops, don't want that. Why is it playing right now? Okay, I got to get the audio fixed up here. And if you hear dings or anything like that, that's just... well, obviously, I got Facebook open to receive messages and stuff like that. So let's get the window capture thing all set up again. Let's see. Yeah. Make sure I got it set on the right window here. Okay. Gotta set this to, hopefully, if I do fit the screen beforehand. Ah, it works. So, move that down. As you can see, yeah, there's mine. Someone else has commented on it. And now here's where the sheriff's department show up.
How you doing?
How are you doing, Mr. Gray?
Good, how are you?
Can I ask why you're here?
I am peacefully assembling and peacefully protesting.
Okay. You realize that this is a violation of your no trespass order that was issued, correct?
No, it's not actually. If you look at the statute, there's a provision
It's
in there
not?
that says that this shall not. I'm up out of the road.
Thank you.
There's a provision in there that says it shall not infringe on a person's right to peacefully assemble and protest. If you look at the statute, it's right there
Okay.
in the statute. So that's why I'm here.
This is within the 500-foot safety rule, so I'm placing you under arrest for violation of that no trespass order. If you would, put your sign down, turn your phone off, put your hands behind your back, please.
Alright, and as you can see, he states that there is a provision in the state law, provision in the law that says, hey, you can peacefully protest inside that 500-foot exclusionary rule for safety or whatever, which was some sort of thing going on. I'm still not sure on the details. And for recapping on David, who has joined us, yes, Honor Your Oath has been arrested, and we're going to be calling in here in a little bit. Sorry if the stream seems a little bit crappy here and there. The internet hasn't been that great as of late. So right now my stream health indicator on YouTube is saying it's yellow. So if there's any distortions or anything like that, sorry about that. But as is... Oh, there you can hear more messages coming in here and there. As I said, I made sure to communicate with Pinac that something happened to Jeff, and here and there I'm getting messages, updates on what's going on, all that stuff, but I'm not at liberty to discuss those details with you at the moment. But he sat there and said, hey, there's an exclusionary rule. Now, I don't know too much about the Florida law, but what from a few people that told me that do live in that area, that there has been some sort of major court case that happened on right around February 3rd that said you can't use like a public trespass law to prevent people from showing up and protesting or something along those lines. And it sounds like there is a similar... It's similar to the law that I was arrested on in Anchorage last... What was that, September, I think it was? When President Obama, which was a trespass ordinance in the city of Anchorage that actually said the law enforcement can trespass you from a public place, but then there was an exception and a clause in the bottom there that says it is an excusable defense for protesting or doing stuff that's along the First Amendment, freedom of speech and stuff like that. So, and I suspect that is the case in this, where there is an exclusionary kind of thing, and there is a case law within the state of Florida, and a clause within the law that the sheriff's department either were ignorant of or did not wish to acknowledge at all, and arrested him. Yeah, there's a couple of cop cars there and all that that showed up. I'm actually quite surprised. Something that could have easily been dealt with just one officer turns into a couple. So, but we're gonna go ahead and move on. And let's go ahead and get a quick look at the general area real fast with the Google Maps. Okay, I think I have the right thing. Yep. Doesn't seem like it's fitting the entire window. Let me just hit this. Okay, there we go. So, it was off a little bit, so... But, pretty much what I have figured out is Jeff Honor Your Oath was standing probably on this public sidewalk right here, holding a sign. Let's see, no parking Monday through Friday. Okay, I don't see anything about no protesting. It looks to me to be pretty much a public right of way, and it's pretty much against the Constitution to say you can't be in this public place protesting or holding a sign or anything like that. I don't know how a school zone or some sort of safety exclusionary thing is supposed to be allowed for a protest in a public place that isn't probably not even heavily used unless during certain hours. So, and it looked like he was there. School was most likely in session, or it's spring break actually. Some places it's spring break right now. And there was no one really using the sidewalk or anything, so it's not like he was impeding foot traffic from what I could tell on all that. So, let's see here. Whoops. Looking on the wrong thing here. As for the Slack case, I do not know what is going on with the lawsuit specifics between Jeff and St. Augustine's school district there. From what I understand, there's actually supposed to be like one of the first hearings coming up later this week, or it's supposed to happen next week. It's really soon. They're supposed to have the first ones happening with that. That's the last word I've gotten on that. There hasn't been too much information about that, but then again, On Your Oath hasn't really been too much informative on specifics when it comes to the actual lawsuits and all that stuff. It's just the way he does things. It might be personal reasons, it could be legal reasons why he doesn't give out too much information about all that stuff. But we know he has been has been involved in a few public records court cases in the past with certain government entities or companies that are contracted to the government who have to fall underneath the guidelines of public records requests. What the officer said is that it is a trespassing or a violation of the safety exclusionary rule, from what I understand. Now, I don't know the exact details. I haven't had much time to put into researching and all that stuff. But let's see here if I can check real fast, see if I got an update, if any paperwork has been processed yet from my messages. I'll try to let you know if there's anything new on that part, because I know I got a ding recently. Message coming in. Apparently, there's reports that the sheriff's department is now just hanging up on people that are calling in. So, this might be a pretty uneventful phone call, for the most part, where I call in and then have the phone hung up on me. But we're going to go ahead, and I think it's about time we get started here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the phone number from the PINAC article that's about this. And we're going to get this put into the Google Voice Hangout system here, and then I'll get you guys viewing that. And that's pretty much what I do for doing all these phone calls and stuff like that. Is I use this use the Google Voice program and use the Hangouts, which works out really well. So let's see here. Get this bigger. And switch this up with the properties. And get this centered here. And hopefully we'll get someone on the line.
Sheriff's Office, how may I direct your call?
Yes, I was wanting to get information on a person that was just recently arrested, Jeffrey Marcus Gray.
Sure, let me get you over to Commander Mulligan. Just a moment.
Hello, you've reached Commander Chuck Mulligan with the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office Community Affairs Section. I'm sorry that I'm unavailable to take your phone call right now. However, if you would leave a brief message, I'll return your phone call as soon as possible. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Alright, we'll just end the phone call with that, because it's sort of pointless sitting here and giving out my phone number over the internet. That would be a bad idea. Next thing I know, I'm going to have prank calls and all that stuff. I'll at some point have a phone line dedicated for all that, or a Google Voice phone number for that, so you guys can have fun with calling in and all that. But it looks like the call flood is taking effect. Yeah. Oh, and the thing is if someone gets arrested doing something that it's legal under civil rights and all that stuff. I will try my best to get the message out there and help out with call floods and stuff like that. I was actually wanting to today get involved with another person that was arrested doing Fourth Amendment tests, but I need to do more research about the entire incident, and I still haven't didn't get really a chance to delve into that case too much about it, which involved a person who was carrying a gun case. I don't know if some of you might know Junkyard News. He calls it the Fourth Amendment test. He has a gun. He has some sort of carrying case that usually looks like a gun case, and you put a tripod in it. And he dubbed it the Fourth Amendment test. And there was another person over in Georgia that was doing the same thing, and apparently he's been arrested. But I still got to get some more information. I don't know if he's out of jail or not. So the details on that case is a little bit vague for me to understand, and I don't really have the contact info with the people that do know more about it. I'll probably try to work that out so this way I'm more connected with the cop blockers too, so this way I can help them out with call floods and stuff like that. But yes, Jeffrey Marcus Gray of Honor Your Oath was arrested just about 3 hours ago. 3 going on 4 hours ago. And having a drink here. And as is it looks like people are calling in, but I haven't heard anything yet on the specifics for if he's been, what the exact charge is. What the officer said was violation, trespass violation order thing on some sort of safety thing. So hopefully, Pinnack News will have an update on their articles saying, okay, what is this? What are their specifics on charging? I'm hoping so too. And one thing I want to say also is I'm sort of glad I'm helping Honor Your Oath out right now, because he was actually one of the first people to know when I was arrested. Back in when I was arrested during the presidential visit, when I was filming all the security and all that stuff, and then noticed that there is an inconsistency with it. And he notified the right people, and they started working on making the phone calls and all that stuff, and working on getting me out on all that stuff. And so I'm trying to do my best to repay that kindness and also pay it forward to others. That's part of the reasons why I've been doing these call floods, live streams and stuff, help getting that word out. And I know some people have been like, hey, when are you going to do your next First Amendment test? Well, logistics and some other legal issues are still currently preventing me from getting out there and doing more filming right now. I know a lot of you are like, when's your next silent treatment video? Well, sorry to disappoint you. I want to get out there and do stuff. It's just stuff hasn't been working out for me to get out there and doing it. And I know Honor Your Oath, he's been getting out there and kicking butt, and hopefully in the next couple of months I'll be getting out there and all that stuff. But it's going to require some help from you guys, it looks like. And I'll have some more details with that on another video. But is there anything else you guys might want to have me try to cover or look at that is not known? And you know what? I'm going to post the Pinnack article in the chat real fast. So this way you guys hopefully can see it. I'm not sure. And this is, for the most part, what everybody knows at the moment. If you end up, if you don't know too much about it, this article gives you a pretty quick rundown. It was pushed out by, I think it was Grant Stern, I think it was, that did the article. Gotta look here again. Yeah, it was Grant Stern. He pumped this article out in just a few hours with the amount of information that we do have on hand, but he gives you a quick reference of what's going on with the prior case, well, what's going on with the lawsuit sort of kind of thing, and how that ties into all this. As for the sign, I don't know the details. As is the only known information that we have on the arrest itself is the bamboozer footage that Honor Your Oath got out. I'm actually, and so you guys have a chance to be first on the know-how and all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and also post in the chat here, and I'll probably do that in the description later on when this video goes live as a YouTube video in the archive, that you guys can look up or at least have a chance to subscribe and know what's going on, all that stuff. And if you need to, I do have a Bamboozer account too that's set up, and it's Bunny Boots Inc., all one word. You can find me on there. But, and that's the thing is with the username, some people have a hard time searching for people on Bamboozer, and you can't have spaces, so sometimes they'll just take their YouTube name and make it all one word. Okay, so according to B. Annan, bond was just updated to $500 according to St. Johns County inmate search. Thanks on that information. Does that inmate search specify what he's being charged with? I not sure. Well, I know the PINAC page there. Let's see what happens when I click on it. The PINAC page is loading just fine for me. I know they just changed up their format, so... And that can play a huge factor on how you're viewing it. I'm not sure if they got all the kinks worked out. I know they were taking in some opinions and stuff on how they see the new thing. Let's see here. Oh, that's right. I just noticed that they actually have a picture of the booking here, but it doesn't show charges on the website page. Okay, so it is trespass. Well, so the next thing that's going to pretty much come into play, because from what I understand, most likely the lawyers are now involved that Jeff has to go to. I know he has at least some sort of lawyer on call for dealing with the lawsuit with the thing. I'm not sure if the same one that's going to be involved with the this trespass charges. But it's going to be interesting how this plays out in court and how much this is going to affect the lawsuit too. On top of that, because I don't know too much about the trespass laws in Florida. I don't know about what the cops say about 500-foot safety zone or exclusion. As I said, I'm still sort of new. I don't know all of the laws that go on with that. And as is today, I've been researching other things that have been popping up and going on. And it seems like I haven't gone a week without having to do a call flood live stream. Oh, and thanks for copy pasting that into the chat. Let's see if I can do this right here. And probably can, let's see, inner window, sub-region, select a region. Nah, this is not working. But, let's see, I'm trying to sit here and find a way to get the chat to show up kind of thing. Live dashboard. I guess I'll just have it show my entire dashboard for you, which will be quite the fun thing here. So, but, I'm just going to fit this to screen here. So this way it can be seen here. I'll worry on the formatting end. But the court case here, you can't see my mouse cursor, but I can highlight it. Annan here has given us the quick copy-paste of it. And so that way people can know. What I'm trying to do eventually with the live stream, looks like I'm going to have to get like another monitor kind of thing, is I got to work out, or I want to be able to show the chat. So this way other people who are tuning in after the live stream has happened will have a chance to see, hey, who said what on the chat and all that stuff. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I wish I had more information about what's going on with that. I don't have anybody I can interview that knows more about what's going on or who was on scene. It seemed like it was just Honor Your Oath that was out there by himself on this entire case. Oh, well, doing this protest kind of thing. There was no backup or anything like that. You didn't have EOG there, or Bamacam, I think, was the other guy who's working with him doing the those First Amendment tests, which were quite entertaining. But you know what? While I probably have you guys here, I'm going to point out something that is quite interesting that came across my thing early this morning. Let's see if I can find the video again real fast. Do I still have that? Ah, yes, I do. I got to get this sort of set up here. But this is a current one. I'm sort of waiting on actually a phone call back from the federal courthouse about this. And yes, this is a federal courthouse case filming once more. So let's see. We'll just expand this, and I've been making phone calls and stuff like that on it. And let's see here. Let's get the window capture thing set up. No, not the live dashboard there. Here we go. There we go. And we'll fit this to size. Fit the screen. And this one is quite an interesting case. This is out in New Hampshire. And some of you who are familiar with my back in 2014. Oh, strange, I don't have audio. Did I mute the thing again? Oh, yes, I did. That's why. And there we go. This is quite an interesting thing. Increase the resolution here, at least. And what is interesting about this video is this sign right over here that he looks at. No cell phones, no cameras. Now, some of you who are familiar with my case in the past, where I was filming a federal courthouse or / state visitor center, is I went inside the security area and filmed, and then had DHS show up, and it was a show off between me and them, and then I got a citation. Citation gets thrown out, yada yada yada, because there was, let's see here, this ruling, or this settlement here, hopefully I pronounced this right, Mesmushi versus Department of Homeland Security, and challenging of photographing on federal property. And pretty much, what it came down to was this instruction set being pumped out, saying, let's see here, where is it? Well, basically, it's this DHS briefing that goes out and says, hey, yeah, people can take pictures inside the corridors and stuff like that. Ah, here it is. Section B. Building entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or atriums for news purposes. And one interesting thing is they have this prohibition on broadcasting and television stuff. And literally within the court local rules, they have a thing about, oh, you can't do it unless you have special exemption. Well, you're an authorized personnel, or there's of course, the exemptions of certain special events that are happening. So that is quite the interesting thing, and it's a very interesting video where DHS personnel, here we go, come out and say he can't film into the courthouse.
You can't do that, sir. You can't do that. Don't lean in and do that.
What are you saying I can't do?
You can't videotape inside the federal courthouse.
I'm not inside the federal courthouse. Are you alleging that I was inside the federal courthouse?
Face in and do the videotaping inside.
What are you going to do about me videotaping outside of federal?
And I'm currently, this is one of the things I was actually working on earlier today, and I've been waiting on a call back from the someone at that courthouse about this specific ruling and all that stuff, and see what they have to say. I was planning on recording all that stuff when all that happened. But obviously, this arrest has happened. You have no rights. It's a police state. I guess so. and tuning back into the chat here, yeah, they obviously knew about Jeff there, and they had some headway. I'm still waiting to hear the reasoning on why they didn't understand. Well, from what I understand, there is an exclusion in their thing, and there's also a case law that is now there. It seems like there's a case law against photography out of the 3rd district, and all the cops know about it within less than a week. But if there's something that's contrary to what they want, they play ignorance as much as possible, from what I understand. In which case, it's the same with this federal courthouse thing that I'm currently working on. And I'm going to check my messages and see if I've gotten anything new yet. Let's see here. It looks like the St. Johns County Sheriff's Department's Facebook page is now getting hit up pretty bad here. And I'll try to see if I can show you that without showing off my little accounts. But what about my other news source here for what's going on? Is there an update yet on Jeff? No, there is not anything new at this moment. But I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can show you, or at least show you what the page here looks like. Which will require me to do some interesting finagling here. Okay. Oops. Trying to get this to work out properly. Ah, there we go. And let's see if I can fit this to screen. Position, fit the screen. Ah, there we go. And this is their most recent thing here. I guess it's this post 3 hours ago, and is now being flooded with yeah, there's one for Jeff. Here's another one. And as you can see, it's more within the last couple of minutes that they're starting to receive a bunch of messages about Jeff's arrest. But that's pretty much all I got for right now. I don't think I'm going to have do another live stream about this today unless there's something big that comes out that PINAC won't have covered or something like that. For the most part, my information is coming from the same sources that you guys are going to end up reading about or staying in tune with. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this live stream unless any of you got questions or stuff like that I might be able to answer. Okay, cool. To their page. That should be interesting. Maybe they'll understand that there's other people that take on the federal government are eyeballing them at the same time, which is not a good thing. I would say for them. And that's just response to a person that said I posted the live stream to their page. So. Also, forgive me, I am going on about 18 hours without sleep right now, so. Give it a moment here for things to catch up. And for those of you who might be interested in the music that I'm using in the opening, it's called Scary at Night. I get it from Epidemic Sound. It's a website where you can purchase, lease music for YouTube videos and stuff like that. And I've been using that for my intro for the past couple live streams as the intro kind of thing. Why was he arrested? Well, they're saying he's arrested for trespass because he was standing outside one of the schools there where he's been having a few doing public records requests with. And so they said, you're within 500 feet. Supposedly he's not allowed. The trespass is supposed to include the school zones that go around the schools. That 500 buffer foot thing that says, hey, this is a school zone. You can't do X, Y, Z here, like carry firearms, yada yada yada. No speed, no go over 20 miles an hour or 40 miles an hour, depending on the location. But he was within that school zone holding up a sign, and they arrested him saying, hey, this is trespass, you're not supposed to be here. And according to Jeff and a few other people that I've talked with, there is a state law, there's an exclusion in the law saying, hey, people can be here for protesting and all that stuff as long as it's on a public space, like the public right-of-way, like the sidewalk, which I showed a little bit earlier in the live stream through Google Maps. And of course, I'm letting this catch up for a sec to see if there's any other comments or anything like that people have. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And you guys, get out there, make a phone call real fast, maybe record it and post it up. Just be wary that Florida is technically a two-party state, but it shouldn't really account for when you're calling public officials and all that stuff. I'll probably call back and leave a message and try to get some more information about that. Maybe I'll post a video about that if it's actually something that I get that no one else has. Yeah, and good luck for everyone else out there. And if either you or someone else you know that ends up in big trouble or something like that, send me a YouTube message or something like that, or hit me up in the comments. I might not notice it for a little bit, but I can try to get the word out and help get a call flood to help you or your friend out. If it's civil rights related kind of thing, I can't say, hey, someone got arrested for doing something stupid. That's a different case, and I might look into it. But as is, my time's full with quite a few things. So, have a good day, everyone.